Other terms.
Blogging, video,
absolutely,
online.
Blogging. Mm-hmm.
My Facebook is not really super public, and I ignore people like a beast because I don't really have a Rick Jensen Show Facebook. I just have mine.
Why don't you?
You
need help?
No.
It takes 2 minutes.
Just really, it's too much. Twitter, it's Jensen 1150 WDEL. I'm there on Twitter.
Totally messing up this morning.
But I have not expanded like you have. You have 6,000 followers or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just crazy. And you're about to have your 50,000th tweet. You're going to turn this into a fundraiser for an orphanage. I want to get with Rocky Turner. She is the
founder,
creator. Go ahead.
Head mother. Amazing woman.
Yeah.
She and her family sacrificed so much for these kids.
Well, tell us about the organization and what you guys are doing. Hi, Rocky.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm okay.
That's the Philly thing. How you doing?
How you doing? Cheesesteak?
if your neighbor's Rocky, hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
We got a statue for you out there. It's right there in Philly. It doesn't look a lot like you, but it's Rocky. Anyway.
Oh, if I could count how many times I've been referred to as Rocky Balboa.
She doesn't look anything like him. She's very pretty.
Not so buff.
Oh, she's buff.
Oh, is that right? But you don't have
a delicate way.
But she doesn't have the pounded face look.
No.
Gotcha.
She's beautiful.
All right, so tell us what your organization is and what you're trying to do, Rocky.
The name of my organization is called Mothers Fighting for Others. Right now, we are trying to build an orphanage in Kenya. I've been going for about 2.5 years, visiting the same girls. It's a little emotional for me. I'm sorry. I met them about 2.5 years ago, and I fell in love with them. Volunteered with a group, and you just sort of fall in love with these girls who need love and who need a mom who don't have that. And it was quite easy to fall in love with them. And they don't believe that you're going to come back, and then you do. And then you go back, and then you go back, and then they trust you. And they trust you with their stories, and they trust you with their lives and what's happened to them in the past. And I've just come to the decision that I'm going to do everything I possibly can to help them. So that's pretty much the story.
That's cool. I know a guy who is becoming a friend from Maryland who drills wells in Africa for water. Yeah, and it's an incredible thing. This guy, he's done like 200 wells. He's got his son involved now and everything, and it's just it's terrific. So you and Maya have got together for this orphanage to raise money for it. And Maya, what are you doing to try to raise money?
Well, actually, the way that this came about is I kind of looked at my screen and I went, oh my gosh, I'm getting close to 50,000 tweets and I think a half a bottle of wine in. I said, well, let's raise $5,000 for Rocky and Mothers Fighting for Others. And I got in touch with Rocky and Jeff, and Rocky's like, oh, I wish 10 people would do that. We have an immediate need, and we need to basically get a new orphanage, and we need, I think it's 70,000, Rocky. Is that what you told me? Something.
What was that?
I think you had said something about you needed really 70,000, but...
That's correct.
But so I said, well, let's 10 people, 50,000. Okay, let's try it. So it was just serendipity. It just kind of happened. It was timing, and it was just completely ironic that I decided to do this at the exact time that she had a need emerge. So it's just...
if somebody wants to give like $20, $50, what do they do?
They can go to Mothers Fighting for Others, or mffo.org/events/50KFOR50K. And there's a chip-in widget. You can also see the videos. It's also on my poster.
A chip-in widget is, you got to tell people.
A chip-in widget is basically embedded code that allows you, and they're all linked together, so you can copy this code and put it on your own site, and you click on it, and you make a donation.
You can do it through PayPal, for example.
You can go through PayPal, but the chip-in widget, if you're using that, it's tracking it, so we have a lot of people that are going to PayPal, and it's not displaying on the chip-in.
Oops.
Yeah, well, there's a disconnect, but that's technology.
So how do you chip in with the chip-in widget if you're not using your PayPal?
What does it do? It takes it to the site, Rocky? I didn't do it that way.
It does go through PayPal.
It does?
It just goes through, Chip-in is the one that just sort of counts it for you, so we can visually see, so everyone can see exactly how much money.
Does PayPal also rip off 2.9% for the charitable donations too?
PayPal does.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's unfortunate, but it's a very small amount.
Yeah, but any organization that does fundraising professionally takes a percentage, so that's a really low percentage. I mean, I've worked for organizations in the past that took more, which is why when people call you and ask for a contribution, just go directly to.
I'm just saying, it's just one of my pet. It's a pet peeve. Visa, MasterCard, PayPal. They don't need to take that much. They can
Not
take,
from a charity. They don't need to take anything.
For anything, they could take just one. Anyway, moving on though. So if I'm listening to this, I'm going, wow, you know what? I really like what these guys are up to, or ladies. I really like these mothers. What these mothers are up to, and I really want to help out them. The mothers.
Mothers.
Yeah. You know, how do I actually do this? Like, if somebody's on Twitter and they're going, yeah, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. What do you do?
Well, you can go to the MFFO hashtag. You can click on that. You can search MFFO. You could search 50K for 50K. Either way will take you to the stream. And then the links are in a lot of the tweets. We're asking people to retweet it. There's going to be an auction coming up, I believe. And then you, of course, also have the option to pay to keep me tweeting or shut me up.
By the way, how many people have given to shut me up? One person?
No.
How many?
There's a pretty big contingent. I think a lot of them are afraid to
really
get out there. But no, I think, 4 or 5 people so far.
Okay, and how many...
I'm going to look for you right now.
And how many to keep you tweeting?
I don't know. The last time I looked, I think there were 13 or 14, and that was just on the trip.
How much have you raised so far?
Rocky, do you have a total? Because I know that PayPal is out there too.
We're a little over $1,000 right now, simply because if you go to the website and you see the Let Maya tweet, we're at about $765. And actually, to shut you up, we're at $105.
Oh.
So
you know what? I don't care. Come up with it, people. I'll shut up.
Does that mean you'll never send another tweet? Because there are thousands of Delawareans who are going, God, Maya, please, I really don't care what the kids look like before they get in the bath.
Yeah, my Ari Guru will go dormant. That's fine. I have no problem with that.
You just start another one. I know how bad you are.
I already have more.
Okay, Mothers Fighting for Others. You can go to mothersfightingforothers.com.
No, .org, isn't it?
Huh?
.org?
It's mothersfightingfothers.com.org.
Okay.
Yeah, either one, and you just search MFFO, which sounds wrong for some reason.
Say it slowly.
Yeah, you just do that on Google, and you'll get there. You'll find it 50K for 50K under events. And let's see, where else are you?
And you can donate anytime. You don't have to donate during. And we need to raise this by the 20th of April. And Rocky is headed to Kenya on the 21st, right, Rocky?
I'll do a couple bucks when I get out of here today. No, I will.
Okay.
I'm not saying how much.
Okay. And she also does her underwear for Africa.
Underwear for Africa.
Oh, yeah.
We have an underwear project that we take in donations of either obviously cash or of new underwear, children's underwear, and we pass it out to IDP camps, which would be refugee camps, or to other orphanages and schools that need them. We've worked in Kenya and in Uganda and Guatemala, and we just actually sent about a little over 400 pairs to Haiti. It's a small project that we do that it was by happenstance. And
by the way, people don't realize that Haiti's still a wreck, still a mess. And, yeah.
I also think a lot of people don't realize what Rocky and her family sacrificed to do this.
Because you keep going back and forth to Kenya.
A lot of this comes out of their own pockets, and they're normal people. They're not, they're not Gateses, and I think everybody can give something, and I think if everybody just wants to give $1, $5, or something like that, it isn't really about me tweeting. It's about helping the immediate need, and I think that there was just a post put up, right, Rocky, kind of going a little more into the why, which you haven't been able to reveal so far.
It just tells us a little bit of backstory of what the need is. Our goal is to open a new orphanage, to get the girls out of the home that they are now, just so we can put them in a place where they can
be safe.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Where they can be safe, where they feel safe, where they can get some good counseling, and
where they're not being abused. Yeah,
it's just the beginning.
I get that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot legally that she can't talk about that she's alluded to, but social media is about building relationships, about trusting each other, about knowing people and being willing to take people's words. And Rocky said there's a need. It is urgent. It is an emergency. You know her, you trust her, and you're totally involved. And absolutely. Right. Anyway, and Maya's a friend of mine. So because she's really involved in social media here in Delaware, there is a strong movement, very strong. The governor's in on it now too. Second tweet. I got it. It's really and it's this social media group, the Del Tweets and all that it got the governor involved and others as well. We just started SMORG, social media organization. SMORG. Rocky, good talking to you. Well, thank you so much for having me. Have fun and be safe.